Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play Elden Ring. Since we finished another demigod last time, we are changing builds again. More on that in a bit, because there's a story to that. Safe to say, we're going to be switching to whips for a little bit. We're starting today back in the Church of Ella in Limgrave, because if you look off in the distance, it's a little to the right of the Divine Tower, and we follow our line of sight. That is where we are going. We can see it from here, the kiln that houses the Flame of Ruin that we're going to be using to burn the Erdtree. It's been right in front of our faces from the very beginning of the game. You can see all the way up to the mountaintops from here. Speaking of, we get another nice view. And in fact, we can see it again there. I think that's quite cool. I love how often that is the case in these games. How often you can actually see the mountaintop off in the distance and actually go there, Todd. So, before we get too deep in, since we just saw the summon Spirit Ashes icon pop up, we'll go ahead and do that, buff up, get prepared, because we know it's coming, especially in this big open field. Presentation is pretty cool though, as we see the fog picking up. There you are. Borealis, the freezing fog. Another field dragon. You're doing a stomp. Oh no. Oh yeah. Shit. I hesitated for just a second because I couldn't quite see. Let's get you back up. So, about our new build, okay, and the fog has dispersed. I was scrambling for something last second and decided to just play around with whips. And maybe some of the other larger non-dagger dexterity weapons, since we did that before. The daggers. I was scrambling because a patch just dropped. A little bit. That's still Cliptorant. The Shadow of the Erdtree update patch just came out, and it included some balance changes. And once again, they have killed one of my boys. Oh, not this. I need to get away. This is gonna be a little. That's going to be a lot of damage if I was close. That's the only real danger to Borealis that I think is unique to him. Breathe. First it was the machine gun shield, and now it's this. Actually, nerfing my builds the exact moment I go to record with them goes back to Dark Souls 2 in Crown of the Sunken King. Okay. He was doing the breath. Because I'm pretty sure I was going to do like a Lightning Faith build, and they nerfed that when the Sunken King patch dropped. But the thing I'm talking about is, sadly, is that reaching me? I don't like this. This is oh, thank you, Rock! Okay. That's the only time we're going to let this get spooky. The thing I'm talking about is the doo-doo bubble build. The Envoy's Horn. The one I got in Lanedell. That I was so excited for. Because I've done a run with that before on my main character when I think I was going through New Game Plus, I want to say. And it's not only very silly and fun, it's shockingly effective. It was shockingly effective. I feel like Shredder talk. About Splinter for some reason in the live action movie from the 90s. The rat. So it has a name. It had a name. So if we continue off to the right here, it's obscured pretty heavily by the natural fog, the non-borealis fog, but we continue, we'll get up to the Flame of Ruin. Instead, we will head into the church. And since it's another Church of Marika, the first Church of Marika, we're going to get Milano dialogue here, so I'll get back to lamenting, mourning the death of my build because of the cowards at FromSoft nerfing it in a moment. Oh yeah.
Spoken echoes of Queen Marika linger here as well. Shall I share them with you? In Marika's own words, hark, brave warriors. Hark, my lord Godfrey. We commend your deeds. Guidance hath delivered ye through each ordeal to the place ye stand. Put the giants to the sword and confine the flame atop the mount. Let a new epoch begin, an epoch glistening with life. Brandish the Elden Ring for the age of the Erdtree. We're almost there. The Flame of Ruin lies just ahead. I'm glad it was you I traveled with. I must tender my thanks to Torrent, too. Thank you, Torrent. Please continue to lend your aid. Till the end.
Cool. Cool. Godfrey, put the giants to the sword and confine their sacred fire. Let a new epoch begin, an epoch glistening with life. Go forth and do a genocide so that the era of life can begin. Oh, Marika's so cool. She's really got everyone's best interests at heart, I think. I think the Golden Order might actually just be misunderstood. Anyways, let's see who's lurking in the Lord Contender's Everjail. Somebody who may have been rightfully influenced to hate the Golden Order for reasons. And then I'll continue the the eulogy for the build. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. It is Prime Vyke, Roundtable Knight Vyke. We fought the Invader version, and that's a bit of a nerfed iteration of Vyke. This is the true fight. That said, it's still an NPC fight, and they're still vulnerable to all the things that these types of NPCs usually are. Particularly being bullied with certain attacks. Now, it's not my whirligig saw, so I can't just push him around with every L1 and R1. Jumping attacks still seem pretty effective though, especially the jumping L1. I will say, he's pretty cool in this form. It feels somewhat like a real fight. Oh, shit. He actually usually does 3, so I thought I was safe. I also am having to take this a little seriously. Or at least, let's see, jump forward and jump again. Good. Oh, I didn't get to punish that? Maybe I should have just done the jump attack coming down from the other... whatever. I would love to be blowing some bubbles at him. I don't know, maybe that actually wouldn't work too well against... The best is when you're against larger enemies, which is why I wanted to start today with a dragon. It still would have been pretty effective, though. Careful. No. No. Bad Vyke. No, that wasn't the play. Let's see, can I finish him with this? No, I'm gonna have to work harder to find a use for that. That's got a long wind-up. Okay, so about the Envoy Horn. Actually, we're about to get a bunch of, yeah, his Dragon Bolt, which is quite cool, and his set, which I like the look of. And again, it is the fingerprint set. We're going to learn something pretty significant about him. And keep in mind, he is on the box art, or his armor set is. And he was at one point meant to be a much more significant character. No other Tarnished was closer to the throne of the Elden Lord than Vyke, but without announcement, Vyke traveled far below the capital and was scorched by the flame of frenzy, the fingerprint. Did he make his choice for his maiden, or did some other force lure him with suggestion? Singed and blistered by fingers. Which is bullshit, because when you go down to the profane capital, not the profane capital, when the Frenzy Flame prescription, when you go down there, you have to take your clothes off before it'll grasp you and give you the fingerprint burns. Vyke got to keep his armor. Then again, he probably baked inside of it. Those Red Lightning, of all the knights, Vyke the Dragon Spear was the one Lanciax loved the most. Just a sliver, a morsel of his backstory prior to setting out to become Elden Lord, I suppose. Or I guess maybe coinciding with it. That's about all we get on Vyke, though. Maybe he was lured in by Shibriri howling about how chaos should take the world. We've met so many different characters who are disillusioned with the Golden Order after seeing even just a small glimpse of what it is, that it's not hard to imagine that someone could have made that argument to him to abandon it. Now, to take on the Flame of Frenzy and become the Lord of Frenzy Flame, that's a different matter. Okay, we're going to do a drive-by to grab this real quick. Be disappointed that's another Stone Sword key, and head into the garrison. They probably won't follow me in. Probably. Dog right around the corner. We do not want him joining the fight if anything chaotic breaks out. Yeah, you back off down those stairs. I don't like him. Those guys are a pain in the ass, and I imagine only having a whip to fight them with, which can effectively stunlock them, will make matters much worse. Nope. Oh. What about the magma? What about the magma it leaves behind? Is that anything? The reason I was so excited about the bubbles, they it blows out dozens of small bubbles, each of which float forward, and they explode on contact with enemies, and they do a pretty sizable amount of damage individually, and especially posture damage. Or at least they did. They had a name. The latter was especially a big deal because you could stun enemies and get free crits on them so easily. And anything the size of, say, a dragon would melt because every bubble would connect. It was a shotgun. I played with it very briefly post-patch, and they gutted it. They gutted it, and I am quite gutted about it. I really don't see the need to patch out things like fun bugs that don't affect PvP, like binocular. Ooh, hello. His fire's scarier than mine. Things like binocular boosting in Dark Souls 2 or the machine gun shield. But those are bugs, so I at least get it. If you have a niche thing that's strong in PvE, though, why? It just feels shitty, especially because I was looking forward to this. Just showing off the bubbles just melting things for a bit. I think it's still obviously possible to do a bubble run, but it's gone from something that's perfectly viable as a strategy to being more of a challenge run, I think. And I actually planned my route today for the episode around that, because I wanted to take us to a spot where we're going to get a very silly looking helm that will buff the bubble damage by 15%. Ultimately, I'm still going to follow through on that route because it leads to a critical place that we're going to need to unlock sooner or later. Oh, this is the main reason I came into this garrison, just to get this shield and see this guy. I think that shield is quite neat. There's also something else up here that's pretty useful. Something that we're going to need to get every spell unlocked. Every incantation, actually. A prayer book. So the other reason that I'm sticking to this route is that it also means I can just get one of my least favorite parts of the game out of the way, which you'll see near the end of the episode. Oop, oop, oop. And the one-eyed shield. Another one of these, made in the effigy of a giant that spits fire. Tricksome shield, made from white stone depicting a malformed one-eyed god. The barrel of a firearm pokes through the open mouth. Once worshipped by the giants, this evil deity is believed to have been slain by Queen Marika. Oh, this evil fire giant deity. Thank God she had Godfrey put the fire giants to the sword. Oh, worshipping this evil deity. Jeez. Sounds like shit. Fucking Christ. On the bright side, though, whips do have their strong points. I've been wanting to experiment with them for some time. Oh, look at all of these fellows. Bloody and wrapped in thorns. We're getting a lot of that imagery up here. Again. Prayer book that contains secrets of the fire giants, kept hidden by the prelates who monitor the giant's flame. Giant's flame take thee, and flame fall upon them. I love the naming convention for the fire spells. And this, we've passed by a bunch of these spears. There are so many of them impaled all over the place. We may get a little bit more about that sooner rather than later. For now, let's head to our next map piece and fill in more of the mountaintops. So about the whips. For one, they're quite strong on horseback. They are relatively fast hitting with good range. And Haslow's also builds bleed up, which is nice. Doing a little bit of Final Fantasy VIII crossing into Ultimacia's castle platforming. Always love the big chains. The other really convenient thing about them is whips are all of one damage type. Every single whip in the game, except for one, does strike damage. Which is equivalent to blunt damage in the old games. And that damage type is very good against armor and thick hides, like the dragons, like Borealis's, for instance. In fact, strike damage, I'm pretty sure, is pretty much all he's weak to. And now we get to see a little bit more about what those spears are actually for. We saw some of them by themselves, but a lot of them up here on Flame Peak are impaling giants. Godfrey put them to the sword. And since the DLC is out, and the story trailer has been out, so it's not a spoiler to actually mention this, we know of a certain someone significant to the demigods, the Golden Order, a certain Mesmer, who seems to largely be responsible for carrying all of this out on behalf of Godfrey and Marika. But we'll get into the DLC probably sooner than you think. So there's the Invasion, Bloody Finger, Okina. Yeah, we're not letting you get this off for free. Not with that Rivers of Blood in your hand. You're a little bit more bullyable than Vyke. We still want to be careful about that, though. That is the Ash of War for Rivers of Blood. Corpse Piler. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a huge combo. Very damaging, builds up bleed, which is a large burst of damage. It's formidable, even in its nerfed state as of the most recent patch. It wasn't just my precious bubble build that was killed. Rivers of Blood and Moonveil took a big hit too. The infamous combo of katanas. Still, not like it was nerfed into the ground. Alright, my bubbles. I mentioned that there is one whip in the game that doesn't do strike damage. That one is Arumi, which I'll probably go grab off screen at some point. A wooden mask that depicts an old man baring his teeth. The source of the sobriquet of the great swordsman of the land of reeds. Raises dexterity as it lowers focus. The more he sharpened his mind, the more the absurdities of the world came into stark relief, and so Okina renounced it all and rose to a higher plane. There was only himself, his katana, and his mastery. Weapon of Okina. Swordsman from the land of reeds, cursed weapon that has felled countless men. When Moog, the Lord of Blood, first felt Okina's sword and madness upon his flesh, he had a proposal to offer Okina the life of a demon whose thirst would never go unsated.
I'm not loyal to anybody. I'm a demon.
Oh, and we have another sacred tier, another church. I mentioned where you get a roomie, right? Carrying Manor? Again, probably gonna grab that one off screen. As for quite a bit of other cleanup stuff. Just minor things. And it can be really good to have in the other hand to give you some damage variety, because it does slashing, unlike every other whip. Nice in case you hit something that's actually strike resistant. Also, if you put cold infusion on it with Hoslow's, you have a dual status damage type, dual status, dual damage type combo that should be quite nasty. Pretty excited to give that a shot. Replace a little bit of the punch of the whirligig that I'm missing. My precious ultra great swords and colossals. So now, coming up here, let's see, that's Castle Sol down there, and the Walking Mausoleum, so that means if we want to follow the edge of the cliff on and hug the right side a little bit till we can get down, which should be right over there. Yeah, we hadn't made it deep enough into the cemetery yet. Oh, I thought that was it. It's just a snail. This Tibia Mariner has a little unique quirk in that he can summon giant skeletons, like the ones up above if you go a little bit further in. We're not out of the woods, but within below half health, even if he does summon it now, it's probably not a big threat. Makes him kind of a fun, scary one. Besides, it's been a little while since we've seen one of these. And I do love the boatmen. I wish I could play the horn with him. But FromSoft killed my build. Elfin Steeple. This is a very cool sword. with an Ash of War I quite like, and another death route that we're going to need to further progress Garonk's quest. The Lamplight, let's see, Greatsword patterned after the Black Steeple of the Helfin, the Lampwood which guides the dead of the spirit world. The Lamplight is similar in appearance to Grace, only it is said that it can only be seen by those who met their death in battle. We know so little about this from the lore. It is so hard to comment on what any of that is. But we will eventually try to piece something together on that. Safe to say that it seems to be another alternate belief system, another alternate spirituality, another alternate way that another culture in the lands between views death. And I'm actually looking around for some death route. I should have looked further up, but we'll get more chances to see something that I'm looking for. There's another stake of Marika down here because there is another fight coming up. This is Death Rite Bird. These are a lot like the Death Birds, but they are souped up. They are more aggressive, they're stronger, they're tougher. They're a little more intimidating too. They make heavier use of Ghost Flame and they have a few more attacks. This one doesn't seem to want to fight me down here, sadly. Safe to say they are stronger than regular Death Birds. And it's been some time since we've seen one of these, so it's worth fighting here. Especially because of the reward we get. The terrain is maybe not the best for this. Even the residual fire kind of hurts. They move around so erratically that, like, rough terrain makes it a mess. Oh good, that reached. At least one of them did. Plus, I think the first one of these that we fought, or the last one even, was, nice. Terrain kind of helped me there. The wonky terrain helped me low profile the attack. It was the one in Weeping Peninsula that we got the assist from the Golem. Ooh! Ooh, ooh, ooh. Was worried I fell off the cliff there. Okay, we're doing Pursuers. The cliff caught most of these, which is actually really, really nice. I can't believe it won't come down here. Like, this would be such a nice place to fight him, because the terrain is much flatter. Oh, you won't even dive down here. Alright. It's harder to avoid the fire with the wonky terrain too, which is what I'm really worried about. Oh shit. Okay. I recognized what that was too late. Next time I'll get it though. Maybe that was greedy? No, good. Yeah, these ones are real. This is a real fight. Okay, that's just the two screams. Sometimes when you see it scream, it's telegraphing a command grab where it sticks its neck out like the teachers from Little Nightmares 2. Oh, no, the fire! The lingering fire. I thought I was safe because I was on the ground invincible for a little bit. It's just staring the camera down. Alright. Oh! Oh! Oh, right, my The rune arc is why I survived last time, but even the fire? Oh! Shit. This might be a little nasty. I am not sure exactly what killed me there. I think two things hit me at the same time. What? It's not... Okay. What? What? Okay. No. Oh, this move. Oh, no. How did I survive that? Whatever, I'll take the miracle. We take those. That explosion has been the bane of my whole life for like the past 7 attempts? Has it really been that many on this bird? Why isn't this Rite Bird a demigod yet? This this bird could have led a whole ass coup. Ritual spear used by priests of old who were permitted to come among the death birds. The priests became guardians of the birds through the rite of death, which also serves as an oath sworn to their distant resurrection. Not just another view on death and death rituals, but also death and resurrection. Anyway, yeah, that bird's hard as hell, as are many birds, it seems, in Elden Ring. There are many stories being told in Elden Ring, many lessons to be taken away, many themes to examine. But of course, there's an overarching story that's being told in Elden Ring, and that story is that birds are fucking terrifying. And if they wanted to rule us, they would. So we should be thanking whatever we believe in every day that they choose to let us have our little civilization. They could end it. They could end it all if they so pleased. Anyway, Castle Sol. We will find no birds here, merely beasts of the land. And until these lions start flying, I'm gonna be... Whoa, hold on. Was I just about to say I'm gonna be less intimidated of them, right before it almost killed me? Yes. Okay, we're trying to sprout wings, we're trying to fly, we're not bird-like yet. Channel your inner bird. Okay, this is kind of channeling the Hyotoko mask. What the shit? Okay, it leaves behind a field. I didn't realize that one. I would like a friend, actually. Because there is another lion in this room. Among other things in this castle. And the reason that we are even venturing down into Castle Sol in the first place is because there's something really important in here. This is where we were told that we're going to find the other half of the secret Haligtree medallion. I'm trying not to get swatted by an angry cat. Where are my dudes? Why are they back there? They're not engaged with the other lion. What are they doing? I guess they're just offering me moral support. Y'all? Okay, there you go. Oh, no, they're turning around. Well, the lions engage them. Surely they'll defend themselves. This is something else. Guys? I'm gonna get killed because I'm half watching them in the background. wondering if they're ever going to do anything. I saw one turn around. Okay, hold on. 2 are coming. Will they make it? Will they get to share the glory? I don't think they will. I wonder if they'll engage the other lion. Wait a minute, they're all dying. Oh, it's engaged. Oh, it's at a quarter health. Or a little bit less than half. Did they do that? When did they do that? I suspect this lion starts at half health. I didn't see them do shit. They all started dying very rapidly after I know they weren't doing anything. Hold on. They found a half-dead lion. We're like, we're gonna report it. We're gonna report it back to the captain. We're gonna say we did this. He's gonna be so proud of us. We're gonna get a raise. Oh my god, this AI. Sometimes it's devilishly ingenious, and sometimes it sabotages you. This is where we were told we're gonna find the other half of the secret Haligtree medallion. And then we're gonna finally be done gathering medallions to call down elevators. If you're wondering where we're gonna use... Jesus Christ, I was wrong! Oh my god, how did I forget? Oh my god! Scared the hell out of me. So I'm wrong, there are birds here. I was so wrong. And there's a painting on the other side of the locked door. We'll get around to that. Oh my god. They're out for me. Once again, I must live a life of fear. You know what the other big theme of this place is? The sun. Like, specifically the eclipse sun, but the sun. My greatest enemies, birds in the sun. So anyway, the ones with the Hiyotoko masks too. The nastiest of all birds. I'm not falling into this. Yeah, once we get the medallion, that's gonna be the last one. If you're wondering where we're gonna use that, it's actually going to be the, what is the lift's name? The Lift of Rolled. Same one that took us to the mountaintops. It's essentially the VIP the key card for the VIP floor, the top floor, the penthouse. And that first half came from Latenna the Albinoric way back in Liurnia. The one that Gideon had Ensha kill a village full of Albinorics to find. Here we start to have these really annoying ghost enemies back. Oh, forgot about the one throwing firebombs from the bridge. Or no, from the battlement. I remember there being another nasty trap to look out for somewhere around here. It's the arrow. Yeah! Whoop. The arrow bridge. Whoop. And they explode. There's a delayed explosive on them. Oh, right, there's a second part. Oh, shit. I'm stuck. I need to get away from this. No. I forgot. Two-pronged attack. Time. Roll immediately. That was mistimed, but I got a little lucky. Not the second time. Now, this isn't my favorite position, but it'll do now. Because he will not go back to that one. He'll instead try to fight me straight up. Ooh. Just have to avoid two things. The explosion from the other side when they get lodged in the wall, and the bad luck of having them actually slip through some of the battlements. There we go. Shouldn't get another volley. And then that doesn't turn well enough that he could aim it here. So we're essentially safe once we make it past that. Ah, the joys of Castle Sol. Oh, also the elevator I showed you earlier that looks like it's going to be a shortcut. It's really not. It's not useful. I don't actually understand what the purpose of the elevator is. So we've gotten the painting. We are... Huh. There it is! Fuck! I didn't know where it came from before. Oh, that direction. Okay. They're so ferocious! I'm telling you, the birds will rule us. Maybe that's fine. Maybe we can get the birds on our side and overthrow the bourgeoisie. Ah, to dream. Ah, to be a bird. Oh, to be a bird with a flamethrower. There's the other one. Whoop. And because they are ghosts, they'll do the annoying teleport gimmick. Ah! Wow, that's good aim. And anything? There should be... No. Okay, so instead of running up and trying to take that guy out, I'm running right past him because as soon as I go up these stairs, a big Manish Knight spawns. Oh, that's not how this was supposed to go! You can see the light of grace coming from it. There is a sight of grace just inside and to the left. Round 2. You can't do that twice. Especially not with the bubble. Are you coming in to disrupt? Perfect. Love to see it. That sure as hell not. Yeah, I don't like this. By the way, this door, not anything. You would think that would open from the other side, but then again, also, what would be the point? So it just doesn't. It's just for decoration. Yeah. Decorative door. And third time. Up the ladder this time. He will pursue me up here, but to what end? Maybe not, huh? Oh, large wolf. And a slightly scarier Banished Knight? Which means he probably dropped something? I don't remember what he would drop here. There's actually not that much going on in... Oh, bye. You'll just get right back up here. It's fine. There's not that much in Castle Sol to get. So I'm curious what he actually guards. Okay. How do you deal against this? Not well. Poorly. Poorly, poorly, poorly. He could probably still kill me, though, if he wants. If I'm not careful. That's pretty strong as far as bullying tactics go, and it's not stamina heavy either to do. It also doesn't guard break them as quickly, but the trade-offs. Jumping required ahead. 2. That would appear to be fucking nothing. Oh, down... No... I think I know what that is, and that's... This area is odd. Ah, there's something. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's just a stone sword key! Okay, I'm unsure of what, if anything, I've missed here, but enough dawdling. Alright. Ghost, what do you have to say? Oh, great sun, frigid son of soul, surrender yourself to the eclipse, grant life to the soulless bones. The eclipse equals resurrection? Question mark? Maybe the eclipse shuttle will illuminate things. Ha ha ha. Storied sword and treasure of Castle Sol that depicts an eclipsed sun drained of color. One of the legendary armaments. In Sol, the sight of an eclipse inspires a dreadful awe, preventing an onlooker from averting his gaze. And the death flare, the unique ash of war on it, makes reference to the Prince of Death, Godwyn. Oh, hello! Well then. Somebody hates literacy. Sir, I was enjoying a good book. He didn't like me stealing their legendary artifact. I don't see what the big deal with it is. Signed, yours truly, the British Empire? Okay, I kinda just ran in circles for a couple minutes there. So this way is our way forward. It's going to lead to the boss of the fort, or the castle rather, and then we will make our way to the secret path to the Haligtree. More banished knights spawn. We don't care about them, as long as they don't hit us as soon as we get through the fog gate, please. Thank you. And it's another one of these commander fights. The last one we fought was in the Swamp of Aeonia. It was Commander O'Neill. And since he gets friends, my rule of thumb for boss fights in the playthrough, if they get friends, so do I. Let's see if the Mausoleum Ashes, they were trying to fight the Banished Knight on the other side of the door, so they're off to a bad start. They're starting to do a little bit better than they did against the Lion, so I might keep employing them. But they're also just gonna get AoE down, look at that. I only need them for long enough to clean his dudes up, so that's fine. Ooh, they barely even lasted that long. Yeesh! Okay, that was bad. That was not a good attempt. I'm bringing in a more reliable friend. Me?
You. Yes, me. Me. Me too.
This is already off to a better start, and it's only been me fighting so far. This bodes... Oh yeah, he buffed all of them. That is the effect of the Commander standard, which we actually do have. If I really wanted to go overboard on the boss, I would add that to the rotation. Here comes the really big AoE, which the Mimic tier might not survive. Which that'd be fine. Right now, we got kind of an unfair fight going, even though Commander Niall wanted to have the numbers advantage himself and give me an unfair fight. Shoes on the other prosthetic leg now. Speaking of, oh my god, the combos he does with her are cool. So this is the big difference between him and Commander O'Neill. The thing that makes this a different fight. Another boss that we're now finally encountering their true potential of. The real version of the fight. The powered up version. With all of these lightning and frost AoE powers. Still has the same critical weakness that O'Neill has, which is that all of his attacks are very, very, very slow. Also, another weakness that he has in common with Borealis, who we started the episode with, is that he is very weak to strike damage, like a lot of armored enemies. That's fine. There's a couple hits I don't mind taking in trade. And then a couple I've just been eating accidentally on the punish. Oops. This one might be very, very bad. We'll probably fly over now with the lightning leg. Do something. He's gonna swing this. I'm gonna make him swing this standard. I just want something to react to. There we are. But we really want this. Because he's now gonna do the AoE. That's the thing I'm having a hard time timing. Doesn't matter if I keep eating those, because I still have more flasks left than he has health. So I can make that trade repeatedly. Still, I would like to get that timing down a little better. That's when he does that, he swings it backwards a little bit. Alright. And thus we conquer Castle Sol. Our castle now. Commander Harry. Commander Harry Dubois. Anything? Probably not. We're frequently disappointed with these. Yes, once again. Bladed prosthetic leg enwreathed with the power of lightning, instead attached to the fist. Commander Niall, veteran of Castle Sol, offered this prosthesis in exchange for the lives of defeated knights held prisoner. He went on to lead these men as an army of no nation. How'd I think about eclipse? And finally up here, we have the big prize. Lord Miquella, forgive me. The sun has not been swallowed. Our prayers were lacking. Your comrade remains soulless. I will never set my eyes upon it now. Your divine Haligtree. Interesting that these are now entwined. Anything unique to this one? Guide the bearer to the land of Miquella's Haligtree. Grand lift rolled, which we are off to now. We've gotten references to an eclipse before, but the sun sure doesn't actually seem to be very prominent. You can rarely ever even see it. And even when it is visible, the light of the Erdtree tends to strongly overpower it. References to the moon and the stars, however, are far more prominent. And the moon itself usually much more visible. When the sun is referenced, it's always about an eclipse Or the sun being swallowed. And here we are on the path. The hidden path to the Haligtree. Now, before we enter the Haligtree proper, oh, the beast-eye quivers. And also, prudent to look for traps like the octopus hanging from the ceiling and the vulgar militia around. And there are a few things in a hidden path to find, but it's a very, very small area overall. First thing to be aware of, the octopi, the octopodes. And also the big one that drops behind you. Can't jump past it. This might actually be a problem. Might have to fight it. Or I can... yeah, okay. This'll work. We can bait it into moving itself. And no longer an obstacle. Now we just have to worry about the one up ahead and the vulgar militia, who have weapons imbued with the rune of death. They have that black flame power. This is no problem. It doesn't even actually drop directly in front of the doorway. Do not like the incantation they all cast. It's deadly. Ooh, ooh. They're all gonna spam it now? Ooh. Okay, we're good. As long as we have this. Oh, oh. Perfect. Now, this hidden path does not take us directly to the Haligtree. There is an interstitial zone, or a subzone, in the way.
Do you hear me? It is I, Lieutenant. We have reached the land of Miquella's Haligtree, where Lobo and I began our travels. It's entirely thanks to you that I'm so close to home.
These great snow-laden lands stretch far to the north,
And beyond the ancient bowers, in the liturgical town of Ordina, lies the place to which I must return.
These are the consecrated snowfields, a subzone of the mountaintops of the giants. And as Latena just said, just ahead lies Ordina, the liturgical town. That is the place we are going to secure a passage to the Haligtree finally. It is also the place I teased as my least favorite part of the whole game. Least favorite may be a little strong. It's definitely up there. I don't like it very much. Thankfully, oh shit, that's a dragonkin soldier? Let's just say not today. Because we're so close to something. That map fragment up ahead. It's the last one. We are very close to filling the full thing in, finally. At least until the DLC comes along and adds another... Well, until it comes along into the playthrough and adds another couple of zones worth of maps to get. There we go. We have the full picture of the lands between now. It's all filled in. We can even see the Haligtree ahead of Ordina here. Our destination. We know all of the areas now. We have it all in sight. We can take a step back now and appreciate how long this journey has been and how much ground we have covered. How much still awaits? Farum Azula, the Haligtree, the endgame, not to mention some of the underground zones left to go, with some very important quests still hanging. And that means we don't have that much longer to the DLC either. We've arrived in Ordina, but before we actually take on the bulk of it, there is this guy over here on the outskirts. We're gonna steal his pants and his axe. This rotten duelist. Anointed with the power of the Scarlet Rot. How bullyable are you? I'm assuming not as much as the others. No. Yeah, you're a bit more of a hoss, so I'm assuming that will not work out super well. It's gotta be strictly an honest fight. Nope. Ooh. Too early both times. That's a cool combo, though. Also, the snakes. Gets stunned by the first few hits, and then he decides to get armor when he goes on the attack. Oh. Really makes me want a Kasarigama weapon. Ooh. Okay. Grab. Good. This is why we keep this around. Gonna need to upgrade it a little bit more to actually take advantage of that. Because that is one of the major downsides of whips. No critical attack animation. Easy enough to work around that, though. Worn by gladiators who were driven from the Colosseum, the wearer becomes slightly easier target for foes. Wrapped with bronze snakes eaten through by scarlet rot. Alright. Now, we can go to the back of the town. That is the staircase to the waygate that's going to take us to the Haligtree. And then under here, I believe there is the Black Knife set, yes. Black Knife set is something that we're actually going to put on before we start the main part of the town up. The thing that I'm slightly dreading, because the Black Knife set renders you more stealthy. And when we come around back here, that's sealed off. Light the 4 figures in the Everjail. Which means enter Everjail, and the puzzle begins. So Ordina is a small puzzle area. It's cut. The assassins that carried out the deeds of the Knight of the Black Knives were all women and rumored to be Newman, who had close ties with Marika herself. About Ordina. Ordina is a small puzzle area where your goal is to find and light 4 torches, like the imp said. Finding them is a little bit troublesome. The real pain in the ass here is what's in the town acting as an obstacle. Several invisible Black Knife assassins are on the ground, and then on the rooftops, there are these annoying as hell archers who fire volleys of 3 arrows at you that hurt like hell. And you have to dodge them while platforming over the rooftops, looking for a way to get up to the beacons that you have to light. I think it is extremely obnoxious, especially to do your first time through. And it's mandatory if you want to fight Melania, which is why sometimes on a playthrough I skip her because I just don't want to deal with Ordina again. The liturgy here is that every person in the town has to train with either a dagger or a bow, and that all outsiders have to get perforated with extreme prejudice to defend the sacred beacons. That being said, I've done this enough times now to where it's not going to be nearly as bad as the first time I came through here, which was a nightmare. And yeah, you can hear running across these rooftops. Indeed, silent footsteps. Tremendous benefit from moving around down there without attracting the attention of the assassins. Whoops! This is actually okay, because there's another one of these on ground level. There's a ladder that I want to go up that I think provides better access to 2 of these, where I don't have to deal with archers as much. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, actually, you can see there's a ghost over there getting command grabbed by the Black Knife assassin. Yeah, there's this one. There's a ladder around here. I aggroed him. I don't remember exactly where the ladder is, but it'll make reaching some of these a little bit less precarious because I won't have to go through as many archers. There's a long way and a short way, and if you take the long way, you deal with like a set of 5 archers, I think? The only problem is the one that I've already aggroed might just stay aggroed. The other problem is going to be remembering where the ladder is. Oops. Well, we're leaving that. I know it's... should be over here. Oh yeah, he's still aggroed. Yeah, it's right there. I don't think I'm going to make it up the ladder, though. Yeah, no. So this might take a death to reset him, but this is still going to be the easier way to do this. There we are. This time, nobody is any the wiser. I think one of the most annoying parts about doing this is that you have to go back into the Everjail manually every time. And there is a third one up here. And the nice thing about this is that we can reach the other one up that ladder from here, instead of going the other way that we were taking, which would have gotten us around to here, but it would have required a lot more rooftop platforming against a lot more archers. Instead, we make this jump from here. It doesn't look like you're going to be able to make it, but you can barely. Now, I just want to be in a nice spot here. There we go. And now this isn't scary anymore. Plus, the last thing is up the ladder here, the last beacon. We're good. This place stresses me out. A seal was broken in town. Perfect. is kind enough to teleport you back to the entrance to the Everjail, which is right near the stairs. So, even though my aspirations of doing a bubble build are dead, I am following my original plan here to get the helm that is at the near the start of the upcoming area. But after I get that, I'm going to veer back to finish the mountaintops out and then return here a little bit down the line. Just opening this up for now. While I go and get that, and we appreciate a little glimpse of the beauty of this place. Oh. Miquella had something gorgeous cooking here. And the Doot-Dooters. While we head off to find the Envoy's crown, I am going to read off a shout out to my $10 and up patrons for the month of June. So thank you so much to A Tick with Wi-Fi, Alexis Annabelle Adler, Bo Smith, Brenton Buchanan, Caitlin Karaki, Derek and Sarah, Evan, Glenn Mullen. Sorry, these are a little bit staggered this time because I'm doing this live. I usually edit this part in post because sometimes I forget to do this until post. We also have Evan, Glenn Mullen, Kyle. Oh! No problem. More time to read names out. We have Kyle, Mortivenom, Not a Tick with Wi-Fi, Cinderalicious, Victor T, Wi-Fi, and Wolfman 500. Thank you so much, everyone. Also, just a quick reminder, subscribe and ring the bell if you would please. And also, if you wouldn't mind, please drop me a like and a comment to appease the algorithm. And also, if you enjoy what I do and want to support me and help me do more of it, check me out on Patreon at patreon.com/scribe. Thank you all so much. Now, let's get this Envoy's crown. Okay, it starts with a hop down. Then we bypass this guy. We drop in between the knot of branches into the ant zone, onto the wide trunk, or the wide branch. This time we will not be denied. Oh no! Of course we have to catch one right at the end. One gravity death right at the end. Even if he kills me, that's okay. I just want to make sure. Oh, wow. Split second. The ant's projectile does a lot of damage. Finally, we have our Envoy's crown. I was an old man by the time I made my first attempt at the Envoy's crown. Sat in the center of that colossal eye, the great ring of cells encircling me like a coronet. It was flawed, of course. The soft bundle worn in the head by Oracle Envoys, densely wrapped in several layers of cloth, raises potency of bubble-based skills. No one knows what the cloth hides, but some claim to have heard a faint whimpering from inside. It must have been their imagination. And with that, thank you all for watching. Take it easy. Have a good one, y'all.